Well. Hello there. Welcome to the encouragement of the day. This day started off pretty stormy, but it has settled down and looks like the sun is trying to peek its way through. We are going to take a look at the encouragement coming in today. Welcome to Blood Moon Oracle. To start off this week with hopefully a positive, encouraging, uplifting message. Let's take a look and see what Spirit has for us here today. All right, so I did lay out my cards just for the sake of time to begin with. I'm using my Abundance Oracle deck. So the first card that comes out, this is the environment that we are kind of experiencing right now. It's one of courage, one of possibly really being open to the challenges that we're meeting right now. This could be something that is very out in the open. We're aware and we're embracing them, with positivity, with the idea that it's definitely something that we're up for. We're up for the game that's up for today. And also ready to act in any way that could be coming forward today. This feels like a very busy energy coming through today, possibly even facing new situations, possibly even finding new opportunities, things being revealed, and us being in the energy of tackling those things, those opportunities coming up. Now, if for some reason that's coming through as a challenge, it's that same energy, being just really optimistic about what's showing up today. It may even be just realizing, listen, this will pass, just like everything else does. Next, right? It's like that kind of energy. And so it feels opportunistic. It feels challenging. There's something very almost exciting, titillating is coming up here about this moment, about the energy that we're in today. And so I have the Ace of Pentacles coming out here and the Five of Wands showing up to describe the energy. It's almost like worker bee energy that we're in today, just ready to get down to business, and so possibly even ready to resolve any conflict that may be in the air today. Let's move on. That's the energy I'm feeling here. The focus is reframe. So yeah, definitely being ready to take what's coming, take the information that's here present, possibly using that and actually using it to our benefit, even if that means looking at it from a different perspective or reframing what we have, what we're dealing with today. There's almost like the energy of understanding that whatever it is, this moment is a gift. It's the gift. There may be a question of what it is, like what's going to come of this. Sometimes we enter into challenging energy and we're like, oh, this again, oh my goodness. But there's something about this energy where the expectancy is positive. Even though the energy may not feel all positive, there's some realization that, hey, this is something is in the mix here, right? It wouldn't feel like this if it wasn't a breakthrough on the other side of this. There's some expectation of something coming out of this that's going to work in our behalf, in your behalf. Even the bottom of this, there's something being offered here in this moment, and understanding that this is not happening to me, but it's happening for me, right? That's the question. This is happening for me. This is for me, right? You're possibly questioning something right now in this moment, and you're like, this is for me, right? So whatever's happening around this, however this is being presented, it's definitely, listen, that's what it is, right? The Queen of Wands comes out with the Five of Pentacles. I feel a strong sense of commitment to this moment. This may even be rising out of some difficulty. There's some insight possibly that this is whatever's happening is transforming around for your good. You're moving back on top of the situation. If at all, for any reason, you kind of lost your grip for a moment, it's coming back into your sense of, understanding your abilities and what you're capable of. There's some being empowered and feeling that energy strongly. The Queen of Wands it's a pretty big deal, right? She's all around, she carries a sense of brilliance with her. Someone maybe coming back into their, oomph right now as they're embracing this moment, possibly even answering your own question. Is this for me? Yeah. Because if nothing else, I'm going to make it for me, right? We're going to make the best of these, whatever this is right now. Whatever difficulties, we're going to make the best of it, okay? It's the energy of, taking a difficult situation and bringing out the best possible situation out of that difficulty. I don't know why I'm seeing a mom with not a lot, but taking what she has and making it enough. Everybody ate. Good night. Nobody goes to bed with a hungry stomach, even though it wasn't like a Thanksgiving feast, but it was enough to make sure everybody got fed tonight. It was enough to spread around. Now, divine source, for some reason, is popping up, and it's presenting possibly something that's difficult right now. And it says to help me to know that all my deepest needs will be met. There's something about provision here and meeting the challenge of this moment. It says, let me trust that you have a plan and that the right actions will come. You are my source for all. And so there's something about acknowledging your divine source. And this could possibly be in light of a struggle right now. You're asking like, well, if you led me down this way, then why are things sparse? Why are things not happening the way that I felt like you said it was going to act? There's some struggle to understand possibly why, things are unfolding the way that they are. Now, the Wheel of Fortune comes out, and so there could be something that's being settled in the energy. There could be something that's being settled in the energy here. Sometimes we don't understand that we are working through the energies, not only our energy, but energy that we've inherited as well. There is a such thing as carrying the energy of our fathers. And whether that's a good energy or whether that's something that's heavy to carry, we do. That's a reality. There's a movie that pops up in my mind as I'm thinking of this, and it's called Holes. I don't know if you guys have ever watched Holes. Holes is a good example of what this feels like. In this movie, Holes, there is a young boy who actually carried the burden and the weight of a responsibility and a contract that his father did not carry through. And that contract and that weight fell on this young boy. And it just feels like he just had just all, if anything could go wrong, it would go wrong. And it just so happened that, things played out to where he was able to make the commitment that his father made, which was his father had received some type of service. And in exchange for the service he received, some spiritual service, he was supposed to come back and fulfill his part of that contract. Well, he never came back. And so that responsibility, the weight of carrying out that obligation fell on his son, his grandson, his great grandson. It fell down the bloodline. And it just so happens that his great grandson and the great grandson of the person who he made the commitment to, the energies brought them together, and things actually unfolded to where he was able to fulfill that commitment. Like it was a really good movie. It's a family movie too, but there's a deeper meaning that happened in that movie. And so some of the things that's happening for us, we may not even have any understanding of it, but it's something that has fallen on our plate for some reason, and we're carrying it through, right? And so that's why it's important to be connected and to trust that things are unfolding just as it's supposed to, right? Sometimes we are fulfilling some type of obligation that was made. And I know that's far-fetched and reaching, but there's a lot of truth to that. We have the Wheel of Fortune that brings in that energy of karma, coming around, and the wheel coming around. There's energy that's very much present in this moment right now as things are being played out. This could also talk about luck. It could also talk about things being in motion, things that were set in motion, having to come to a completion. Mostly this talks about being successful, right? So in other words, however things feel right now, just trust, especially with divine source, trust that it's playing out for things to be actually successful and to turn around and to be beneficial at some point, right? There may be something that is being fulfilled in this moment that we don't exactly understand, but it's playing out exactly the way it's supposed to. Judgment comes out too. So there's something to do with the past. Maybe this will be brought to your attention, maybe it won't. However, it has something to do with the past actions, past decisions. And then the King of Wands, which is very much like that Queen of Wands. There's a counterpart here, the energy here, and the energy and the attitude that says this will not be too hard, that this is something that can be handled. If there is any difficult situation that you need the inspiration and the motivation and just the energy to carry you through it, it would be the King of Wands, the motivational coach, right? And so this is coming through as a challenge. There's something about this moment that feels difficult, but it's doable, okay? And I also feel like there's something more that's transpiring in this moment that's possibly being fulfilled in this moment as well. So what is this that's being fulfilled in this moment? For some, this could have something to do with love. I have the Page of Cups and the King of Cups. There's something to do with time and maturity, possibly something from the past coming into the present. What is this current moment about? What is this energy about? or what type of things is being fulfilled in this particular energy. Yeah, look at justice. It don't get no clearer than that. There's something that's being balanced out in this energy, in this moment. And I'm hearing some fair act is being played out right now. What is this happening in this moment? This could also have a lot to do with being in the retrograde that we just entered into. That energy brings in balance as well. We're in a retrograde, or we're entering into one. Sometimes a retrograde comes to slow things down so that things can be dealt with before we move forward. Because, I mean, doesn't that just make sense to handle things before moving forward so you don't have to drag it with you? There's something here about disappointment with the Three of Swords, heartbreak, possibly something, a loss of some kind. All right. This could have something to do with the King of Cups or the King of Pentacles. Could have something to do with a situation as it pertains to your living means, your stability, your abundance. The Ace of Wands. And this is possibly clearing out any like negative, karma in this moment. This may not even be specifically to anyone particularly. This could be just the overall energy that we're working out as a collective right now. For many of us who are we acknowledge several different calendar systems. Like there's the Gregorian calendar, and then there's the spiritual calendar that will say that we're just entering into the new year. We're entering into spring. This is the time to clean out old things before we enter into this new year, this new season. So it feels like that, but spiritually, just cleaning out old things. So if you feel it, if you feel this kind of gritty, abrasive energy, that's kind of what's taking place, right? But what I see coming in, though, in spite of what's happening or how it feels, is divine flow. Even though we may be having a difficult time with this particular moment and seeing the divinity in it, there is, in fact, divinity in this moment. Eventually, one sublime desire takes precedence over all others to follow the Tao, the divine flow, at all costs. So there's something beautiful that will arise out of this. This might even be a renewing, of purpose, a renewing of focus and perspective, even a renewing of passion, a renewing of desire as well. We have the Knight of Swords and the Page of Wands. There's a lot that's shifting right now in this moment. There's a lot that's being revealed and being brought out into the open. And I feel like a lot of it has to do with us. This is really a moment to be inwardly focused. If our attention is on somebody else and focusing on what they're doing, we may be missing the whole opportunity in this moment to cleanse something for this renewal that's happening. And so this is actually a moment where there's something that is being renewed in this moment with divine flow. It's almost like something's being flushed out as something new is coming in, but it has a lot to do. I feel like it's a time to really be self-aware and focused on what's going on within our hearts, within our minds. This is a very important transition that's happening here that I feel spiritually. Like I said, it feels a little abrasive and it feels gritty. It like there's some friction there, but it's wearing away. It's scrubbing something off. It's sharpening, right? Tools. I say iron sharpens iron. There's something that's happening as a result of this friction, right? And this, whatever's happening is actually going to be good for this next part of the season. It's like preparing. And even if that's cleansing, it's removing any excess ego that's there. It's removing any excess, frustration, hate, right? All those things that will keep us blind and desensitized to, what we have that's valuable. It's cleansing those things out, whatever that is. And the only way to do that is to bring them up to the surface to be dealt with. And so, but through that, what you're going to find if you're engaging with these energies and trying to, manage them and trying to resolve them, what you're going to find eventually is that there's going to be like this flow that starts to happen. All of a sudden, the struggle's going to actually cease to exist and something else is going to rise to the top that feels much easier and much aligned with the moment. Just like it says, eventually one sublime desire takes precedent over all others. There's something that's going to rise to the top. Okay. And when it's all said and done, liberation comes out through this process. Through this process, there is a freeing that we will experience on the other side of this, where we feel a little more free, right? It's a process, little by little, step by step. Process by process, the liberation is happening. There's something about this green on this card that's very beautiful and it's very lively. And there's something about it that just really enlivens my energy. It's vibing with me. Green. It says doubts and fears will still come up. And you don't believe anymore that they're you, though. So not that those things will disappear, but you will become disassociated with those. They'll no longer have power over you like they once did. The strain of these things, like I was saying, all those things that's rising up to the top, they'll no longer have a grip like they once did. They'll be there, but we'll no longer be aligned with that. We'll be more aligned with our higher self, more aligned with love and ease and flow and expectation and, joy, the things that we want to experience, not the things that has held us back from experiencing those things. There's going to be a reconnection to the desire, right? Not the fear. The doubts and fears still come up. You don't believe anymore that they are you. Liberation is happening. The dragonfly is on this picture. That may be something that's significant for you. The dragonfly represents transformation. It represents freedom because of the wings, right? There's something about life overall that the dragonfly represents. Life, rebirth, transformation, even connection to spirit as well. Let's see. So I did have Queen of Pentacles come out here. And what amazes me in all of the spreads that come out is we have this balance that's happening here. First, we have the Queen of Wands, then followed the the King of Wands, and then the King of Pentacles pops out, and now the Queen of Pentacles pops out too. And this moment is one where the Hermit pops out. It may feel like a moment of diving. We might be searching for feel like we are craving in this moment as liberation is happening for something more than what we know. There's something that's drawing us and pulling us to find out more or to seek something, right? There's the calling for something more. And it almost feels like, you know how in the middle of the night where you have like a craving, but this is like a spiritual craving that's coming out here. And that's the Hermit seeking for light, seeking for illumination and wisdom. And the Queen of Pentacles brings in a lot of balance and groundedness. Being in a position of possibly being able to be of assistance to others. Very sincere and practical energy and realistic, very grounded energy here. Being able to actually move forward appropriately with the Seven of Cups. Yeah, being very connected on a soul level. And so the encouragement today is about being courageous in this moment, as difficult as it may feel for some of us. And as difficult as it may be, it may not just feel difficult, it may be difficult, but understand that there's something transpiring in this moment, possibly some things that are being released. There's some things that are being fulfilled that we know nothing about. But there is a level of trust that we need to have in this moment. There was a lot that came out about the divine being in the mix here, transacting on our behalf, right? So be encouraged. Whatever this feels like, hold on through this moment. And if nothing else, remember that things are, in fact, happening for you on your behalf. They're not just happening to you. I really do feel like there's something taking place in this moment. And that's why there's the feeling of heaviness and something that's being dragged or moved or removed. There's the feeling of something moving spiritually. And that movement is causing a shift in the energy. The energies are shifting right now. And so whatever that is, hold on. Whatever you believe, right? Hold on to, whatever leads you to your source. Grasp a hold of those things, whatever that is for you, okay? Because this is a moment to reinforce what it is that you believe, okay? And just know that it's going to be okay. It's going to work out. There's something that's happening for us in this moment, and it is very, very divine, okay? Thanks for stopping by. I hope that was encouraging. Here we are, the beginning of a new week. Make it do what it do, baby, okay? I'll see you guys next time. Like, share, comment, subscribe if you have not. This is general. If you're looking for something personal or you just want to stop by and say hello, here's my email. Please do so. Okay. I love to hear from you all, and I'll see you next time. Bye.